Okay, hi everybody. It's February the 9th, 2020, and I'm here in my room, and I have no lamp on, and I have the curtains are drawn a little bit just to bring in natural light, and we're looking at my closets, woohoo, for that good background, to see if our beautiful light orbs of the heaven sphere will show up and say hello to us that are following their little hello segments. I think that was a little hello. Thank you. I always try to differentiate between pieces of dust that might be floating and the beautiful light orbs that come from the heaven sphere. They open up little tiny portals of light, or little tiny portals, and then they throw in some beautiful light elements to encourage faith in things that are all beautiful and unseen, and just a reminder that heaven is on earth. Heaven on earth is what we're shooting for. Every time I say heaven on earth, I've been noticing the beautiful repetition of the orbs coming through. It looks like that is the mission of the light energetics. The orbs are determined to make heaven on earth a reality. That's why I was born. I realized late in my life, I always knew I was unusual, different. I was definitely not used to the paradigm that I was born into. I thought it was very odd and had a difficult time going with the flow with everybody else, and I could catch all the errors, and I knew all the things that would make things more comfortable and positive for others around me, but I didn't have any control to change the mechanisms that were already in place at that time, except I have to admit I was a little bit reactive by just not joining in and trying to find the words to explain myself. So I am an advocate for people that are suffering from things that they don't quite understand in society, that they don't feel like the social norms that they were born into fit their paradigm or their dynamic. And I say that only because I know that there's people that are here on the planet that are starseeds, and they are part of the Heaven on Earth project. That's what I just came up with that name right now, as silly as that sounds, but I do feel like it is a mission. There is something to be said for people that just love peace and tranquility and love and communication of good things. There's something about that type of person it's very contagious to be around that kind of person. And in a world where people have just kind of given up hope, you will see so many frowns and so much pain. And when you're offering yourself up to those people to say, I understand, and I'm here with you, and I'm here to help you and assist you. And I wish I could have changed that somehow for you. I think that's the group of people that are kind of resonating now. We're all connected. And we're praying a lot. So we're big believers of God being the greatest inventor, God being the greatest creator, and we use the word God, we use the letters, and they still don't seem to cover what we're all feeling in our hearts, because it's something pretty beautiful, and it's something pretty miraculous, and it's something very difficult to explain. So I can only say it in terms of, I feel like most lives, I'm praying that most lives, but I'm going to try to connect with most lives that we've lived. We have those moments where we just feel this overwhelming feeling of love and goodness in our hearts. And it could be very brief. It could be up to just seconds, where it's just a flash of this feeling of something really beautiful and great. It could be when you see your baby for the first time, or just somebody catches you off guard with something nice that they say or you hear, or looking back at a flower, or just the wind, the way the wind just hit your face. It could be very things like that, a book that you read, or a poem, or somebody expresses something to you, or I don't know, there's so many beautiful things on this planet. It's pretty crazy, but it's like if you tap into that, and all of a sudden it just kind of fulfills your whole being, your whole cellular being. You kind of feel like you're just like connected to something like so tremendous that everything else is forgotten. So you're like in that pure state of mind where everything is just so perfect and in balance and peaceful and tranquil. And you can be anyone, you can be anywhere, and it can happen anytime. And it could be so brief, but my point is, forget the time of it, forget the measurement of time. It's that it happened to you, that you experienced it, like, oh my God, I just had this overwhelming feeling of love or tranquility or peace. And even though you might have a whole other array of emotions that you are in contact with, or you process or feel or react to, I'm talking about these singular seconds that are the really high level bliss type things that happen unexpectedly, almost like you don't plan them, they overtake you. So that is kind of the expression that I want to say is the light orb manifestation world. The portals that open up from the heaven sphere are just pure validations in light form. And that's what they do here when I'm doing these videos. And I said this in one of my earlier videos, it's like throwing a line into the ocean, and you are hoping that a fish comes on, but it's actually something more beautiful than that. I realized after I said that that's kind of gross. It's kind of more tranquil and beautiful than that, and more flowing. And it's like when you're just walking and you see a sunrise or a sunset, and you knew it was there, but for some reason you look up and the way the sky looks and everything is just different and better and beautiful and just overwhelms your being. So at that moment there is heaven on earth. And so if we're cultivating all those little tiny moments in time, those little microcosm times of heaven on earth collectively, then it looks like we all can really like manifest a lot of that energy together, and that will become a reality. At least that's how I'm processing it in my mind at this point. So anyway, we're almost at 7 minutes. How time goes by, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. And thank you for watching. And I'm going to take a look at the video and see if there's any beautiful orbs, and then I'll upload it. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Bye-bye.